You make money. You work 40, 50, maybe 60 hours a week. You've had the promotions. You've seen the numbers on your paycheck go up over the years. You try to save. Maybe you even downloaded a budgeting app once or twice. But at the end of every single month, you look at your bank balance and that familiar sinking feeling hits your chest. Where did it go? It's not the rent. You know how much rent is. It's not the car payment. Those are the loud expenses. They scream at you every month. But the reason your bank account isn't growing, the reason you feel like you're running on a financial treadmill, isn't because of what you're buying. It's because your money is leaking. Quietly, constantly, without a single notification on your phone. Most people think wealth is built by earning more. They think, if I just made an extra $10K a year, I'd be set. But history and data prove that's a lie. If you have a leaky bucket, pouring more water in won't fill it. You just get a bigger puddle on the floor. Today, we are plugging the holes. We're going beyond the surface level stop buying lattes advice.
We are identifying the 5 silent leaks that are statistically draining $500 to $1,200 out of the average American's pocket every single month. By the end of this video, you won't just have a script for saving money, you'll have a roadmap to reclaim your future wealth. Why your brain is wired to lose. Before we hit leak number 1, we have to understand the why. Why are you, a smart, capable person, letting this happen? It's called microtransaction desensitization. Evolutionarily, our brains are wired to react to big threats. If a tiger jumps out, your heart rate spikes. If you see a $2,000 withdrawal for a vacation, you feel the pain of paying. But modern corporations have figured out a hack. They've discovered that if they take your money in increments of $9.99, $12, or $3, your brain's threat center, the amygdala, stays completely asleep. To your brain, $10 is invisible, but $10 times 20 different directions is a financial death sentence. Think about the boiling frog syndrome. If you drop a frog in boiling water, it jumps out. But if you put it in lukewarm water and turn the heat up slowly, it stays until it's cooked. These 5 leaks are the slow heat. You're not noticing the temperature rising until your savings account is at 0. The subscription trap. Let's talk about the modern parasite, the subscription economy. In the 90s, you bought a movie once. You owned it. Today, you rent access to everything. Netflix, Spotify, Amazon Prime, Apple Storage, Disney+, Hulu, HBO Max, that gym membership you used twice in January, the pro version of that photo editing app you used for one Instagram post. Here is the terrifying math. The average American thinks they spend about $80 a month on subscriptions. When surveyed and then asked to check their bank statements, the actual number is closer to $237 a month. That's a $150 blind spot. Why is this a leak? Because subscriptions are designed with frictionless renewal. Companies spend billions on UI/UX designers whose only job is to make it easy to sign up and nearly impossible to cancel.
Have you ever tried to cancel a gym membership or a cable package? It's a gauntlet of "are you sure?" and "wait, look at this offer," and "please call this number during business hours." They are banking on your decision fatigue. You're too tired from work to fight a chatbot for 30 minutes to save $12, so you let it ride. The math of ruin. $15 a month feels like a burrito, but $15 a month is $180 a year. If you have 10 of these small, harmless subscriptions, which is the national average, you are losing $1,800 to $2,400 a year. That is a round-trip ticket to Europe. That is a down payment on a better car. That is money you are giving to billionaire CEOs in exchange for content you aren't even watching. You are literally paying for the option to watch something, not the act of watching it. Leak number 2, the convenience tax. This is the leak that has exploded in the last 5 years. I call it the DoorDash depression. We live in an age of on-demand everything. Want a burger? Tap a button. Need groceries? Tap a button. Want a ride? Tap a button. But convenience is the most expensive commodity on the planet. When you order a $15 meal on a delivery app, look at the final receipt. Really look at it. Menu markup. Most restaurants upcharge 15 to 20% on apps to cover the app's commission. So that $15 burger is now $18. Service fee, $3. Delivery fee, $2.99. Small order fee, $2. The tip, $5. Your $15 lunch just became $31. You paid a 106% tax just so you didn't have to drive 5 minutes down the road. If you do this just twice a week, you are leaking $130 a month in fees alone. Over a year, that's $1,560. Now, I'm not saying you should never treat yourself, but we have reached a point where we use convenience services not for special occasions,
but because we are busy. Here's the hard truth. If you are too busy to pick up your own food, but you aren't making enough money to ignore a $3,000 annual leak, then you aren't busy, you're being inefficient with your life. This is a convenience addiction. It's the dopamine hit of the doorbell ringing. But that dopamine hit is costing you your financial freedom. The credit card interest ghost. This is the most violent leak because it's the only one that actually works against you with the power of math. Most people look at their credit card statement and see the minimum payment. Let's say it's $90. You think, okay, I can afford $90. You pay it and move on. But behind the scenes, the interest ghost is eating your future. The average credit card interest rate is now over 21%. To put that in perspective, the greatest investors in history, like Warren Buffett, aim for 10 to 15% returns. Your credit card company is making double what Warren Buffett makes off of your debt. The trap. If you have a $5,000 balance at 21% interest and you only pay the minimum, it will take you nearly 20 years to pay it off. And you won't just pay $5,000, you will pay over $10,000 in interest alone. You are paying for things you bought a decade ago, clothes that have been donated, meals you've forgotten, gadgets that are in a landfill. This isn't spending. This is a wealth hemorrhage. Every dollar you pay in interest is a dollar that could have been invested to make you more money. Instead, it's being used to build a skyscraper for a bank in New York or Charlotte. The impulse one-click buy. Amazon is the greatest psychological experiment ever conducted.
They have perfected the art of the frictionless purchase. In the old days, if you wanted something, you had to get in a car, drive to a store, walk the aisles, find the item, and stand in line. That gave your logical brain, the prefrontal cortex, time to kick in and ask, do I actually need this? Today, you see a cool gadget on a TikTok ad at 11:30 p.m. while you're lying in bed. One click, Face ID recognizes you. Order placed, arriving tomorrow. You didn't even have to reach for your wallet. The just $20 lie. We tell ourselves, it's only $20, but these $20 hits happen 3, 4, 5 times a month. It's the Target run where you went in for milk and came out with $140 worth of home decor and a new throw pillow. It's the flash sale that saved you 30% on something you never would have bought at full price. Remember this. You didn't save $30 on a $100 item. You spent $70. Impulse spending is the leak that fills your house with clutter and empties your soul of peace. Because every item you buy that you don't need is just one more thing you have to clean, manage, and eventually throw away. The average American spends $314 a month on impulse purchases. That's $3,768 a year. Are you noticing a pattern? Every one of these leaks is roughly $3,000 to $4,000 a year. Combined, they are the difference between retiring at 50 or working until you're 75. The silent killer, opportunity cost. This is the biggest leak of all, and it's the only one that is truly silent. You can't see it on a bank statement. You can only see it in the future that never happens. Opportunity cost is the value of what you could have done with your money if you hadn't leaked it. Let's look at the aggregated leak.
Subscriptions, $150 per month. Convenience fees, $200 per month. Impulse buys, $300 per month. Total, $650 per month. If you take that $650, money you are currently leaking without even enjoying, and you put it into a simple S&P 500 index fund with an average 10% annual return, in 10 years, you have $130,000. In 20 years, you have $480,000. In 30 years, you have $1.4 million. Read that again. By plugging these leaks, you are just saving a few bucks. You are literally deciding whether or not to be a millionaire. When you spend $30 on DoorDash fees, you aren't just losing $30. You are losing the $600 that $30 would have become over your working life. Every time you let a leak happen, you are stealing from your future self. You are choosing a 15-minute convenience today over a year of freedom in the future. The solution? Don't miss anything here. How to plug the holes. So, how do we fix it? We don't do it with willpower. Willpower is a limited resource. We do it with systems. The 90-day audit. Download your bank and credit card statements for the last 3 months. Get a highlighter. Mark every subscription, every delivery fee, and every impulse buy. Seeing the total number for 90 days will be painful. Good. Use that pain as fuel. The ruthless cancellation. Cancel everything you haven't used in the last 30 days. You can always sign up again later if you truly miss it. Spoilers? You won't. Understand the 24-hour rule. For any online purchase over $30, you must put it in the cart and wait 24 hours. If you still want it the next day, buy it. 90% of the time, the dopamine hit fades and you'll realize you don't actually want the item. The anti-auto pay. For anything that isn't a utility or a mortgage, turn off auto pay. Make yourself manually type in your card number every month. This forces your logical brain to engage with the spending.
Redirect the flow. This is the most important step. If you save $200 by canceling subscriptions, set up an automatic transfer of $200 to your investment account the very same day. If you don't move the money, you will just find a new way to leak it. Wealth isn't about the car you drive or the brand on your shirt. Wealth is margin. Wealth is the ability to wake up in the morning and know that you are in control of your time. You are currently working for your money, but if you plug these leaks, your money will start working for you. The holes in your bucket are small, but they are deep. Plug them today. Your future self is counting on you. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit the subscribe button. That's one subscription that actually builds your wealth. And watch this next video on how to invest that leak money once you've reclaimed it. Stop leaking, start building. I'll see you in the next one.